Hello, brothers and sisters of Light and Dark. Welcome to my live Facebook, and which I'm usually not on often, but I am quite busy. I try to talk about common sense and from experience from an old head, for I am an old wise one indeed. Of course, since no one would listen to the truth, I have to make this very clear. What will this video be about today? And so, today's topic, and shall be. Hello, Sheik. Okay, how have you been? Ramjet? Okay. This is beside the topic of education for basically English, because I do teach English classes to my Bangladesh, to Indian people of all the world. But I do want to talk about a particular topic, for I think some people get me misconstrued. It is better to speak things in the open rather than write them down, because when you write down things, it tends to get misconstrued. How you been, John Adam? I'm saying John Adam. How you been, Miss Mona Lisa? Monisha? How have you been? Okay. Welcome to my peoples who are actually here. Okay. What does it say? Okay, sex makes the relationship. As a matter of fact, it really does not make the relationship. From a sexologist, a person who have talked to hundreds of women and men in relationships, I'm going to go and talk about one topic today, because I did have this form of argument with this guy, and I think he misunderstood me, but I'll try to make it clear here, okay? Now, if you read the definition of romance, it'll tell you all these things in poetry and literature and so forth. People just basically, it's just an externalism, okay? What I'm talking about is basically the sexual side, okay? How a woman is attracted to you or not, okay? Let me see. John Adams says, it do, bro, okay? It do, bro, is not the appropriate way of writing that. John Adam, if you don't smash good, no relationship. Well, basically, women have a tendency of riding the cock carousel, but that's another subject. If a man is small, then he's going to need some work, okay, because he's not going to be able to get into a virgin. So there may not be a relationship unless he improvises. But I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very rare that if a man is not average, okay, he will have a relationship. If you are small, I really feel bad for your life, okay? Because that's the beginning of the relationship. How are you going to create kids if you have a small penis? But we're not going to talk about that here. So today's topic will be about romance versus sexual attraction. From all of the hundreds of women I've talked to, more than most of y'all guys, because most of you were not ex-gigoloers and you were never a therapist to most women. Women have told me this from the horse's mouth. If they're highly sexually attracted to you, that relationship is more likely 9 times out of 10 to last much longer. Okay? I'm laughing at work, okay? You're laughing at work. Thank you very much. And usually women who are highly attracted to you from the jump don't need any romance. I repeat, these women will sleep with you on a dime. And I know a couple high ball players and shit out there will tell you straight up. If they're, let me give you an example, okay? Charles Manson, for example, highly attractive male, 3 females. Listen to actually everything he said. They were highly charged and sexually attracted to him. This, not just because of his music, because it was simply because of his looks. And so if you do meet a female, I've met some females like that who were highly sexual with me, highly attracted. They told me these things, information. And usually 9 times out of 10, the relationship will last a much longer. But women do have a point. There is a point where even women, even if after they have been drawn to sexually, beauty fades over time. And wisdom grows with a man more than a woman, okay? So my point is very simple and very clear. But we will talk about other things. We have made that very clear. Romance is an external source of information by roses, music, voices. Sometimes you got to touch a special spot on her back. Sometimes you may have to say a poet. You have to be a poet to impress them. Sometimes you got to do a little dance or some shit. Sometimes you got to sing. But I've talked to countless women who told me they would get wet just by walking around a man. Those relationships last longer than if they were not sexually attracted to you. Okay, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm telling you. Now, if you want to compare apples to oranges, if a woman is born in the Western society, she's bombarded by all sorts of media sources, which causes her to basically look towards what? Sexualization, money, materialism. We should know this. And those women don't want romance. When they're younger, they're not thinking about, okay, he's going to swoon me. They're not going to be, when they're younger, they're not thinking about being swooning. They want to fuck. Okay? Trust me. They want to fuck. I've talked to underage girls about this psychologically. I've talked to older women who are in their 40s to 50s, and they say they want to fuck. Just girls just want to have fun. And those relationships last longer than the other way around. Now, however, romance is necessary when you exceedingly put yourself in a simp-like position to give and to impress her with words of beauty and cunningness and charm. Okay, in the past, I've done all three areas. I was a beta cuck, okay, at one time. But I never lost my virginity to any used hoes, okay? So please understand, I'm unique in that fashion. I never touched used vaginas. I look at them, I inspect them, but I don't spit on them. I fuck with them with strap-ons and shit. That's another subject, okay? So, in my past, it's different. Because a lot of females rejected me simply because I was a geek. See? Geek. And even though I had a sense of charm, they still would reject me simply because they didn't think I was qualified to have sex with them. I would tell them, hey, you know, when are we going to do it? But I got rejected. I got my own rejections. Even as romantic as I was. As more romantic than most men. Okay? Abdun, okay, Noor, Sabar, okay, how have you been? Okay? You could be super fucking smart with romance. I'm telling you right now. But women will not sleep with you simply because of one thing. What is that one thing? Your beauty. Okay, because me, I know I got a mole on my face, and I do wear glasses, okay? You know I'll be wearing my glasses, goddammit, okay? You know, but I say some fantastic stuff to women to try to impress them. And when I do this, it feels like a waste of time because in the beginning, it doesn't take months. It doesn't even take a week to get the panties. I found out from true hustlers and true pimps. What did I learn from true hustlers and pimps? I learned that you got to go overseas for that shit. And I was like, oh, that's going to take some work. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you just get off the romance versus sexual attraction? Because if you go overseas, they will be sexually attracted to you. Because what? You're an American. If they find out that you're an American, do you really think that they're drawn to anything else? They are basically drawn to the fact that you are American. If they find out. If you look like their people, if you don't look like their people, it matters a lot. Okay? So let's read everything what you're saying down here. Abdun, he says, how is everything? Everything is fine. All the females I deal with always bring up sex first. Depending on your country. When I was in Ethiopia, women recognized me as an American. I do not look like their people, only the color. Lots of foreigners, they tend to not know the symmetricals of an American-looking person versus their own people. If you go into another country and they have a good eye, which most foreigners don't have a good eye, they look at your color and automatically think you're just like us people. And I can see a lot of Ethiopians look the same. But I don't look the same. My nose is bigger than most Ethiopians. My lips are bigger than most Ethiopians, okay? Okay, Rakib Hassan, okay, how have you been? I know you're watching. Okay, Abdun, yeah, you said the right thing. Trust me, from experience. Listen to people with experience. I'm not trying to make this a hard thing for this guy named Elias, okay, because I think he got offended by... I see, there's a lot of guys who like to impress women, romance. I say it's best to use your personality. Don't use any money. You can tell from the jump if she's attracted to you or not. Relationships do last longer when you have some sort of sexual attraction. Even if it's by 50%. Even if it's by 50%. I communicated with my wife for 5 years. Think how much information she had been fed. When I first started off with my wife, I said that if I give you something, you will give it back. That's a huge turn on for women. To force them at their will. If they don't want to listen, it's time to go on to someone else. Most of the time, if you're an average looking male, you are not sexually attracted to most women. You are not. Even if you are taller than they are. Even if you got a lot of money. Even if you have these materialistic things. Even if you are highly romantic, they are not sexually attracted to you. I repeat, sexual attraction is important. But please understand this. Most women are very picky because they have been bamboozled by the media. They have been bombarded, okay? So when they see different imagery on TV, they think that's the correct person to be with. But in reality, it is not. Because they did not have a proper father figure from the beginning. And so I teach my daughters to look at people as an individual unit. When I see pretty boys versus average looking guys, remember, my daughters will be attracted to mental psychosis. I'm a sapiosexual, drawn to sexual, intellectual properties. When you talk, that should turn you on. But to most women, they're not turned on by intellectual conversation. They're not. Seriously. Ian Gillis, how you been, my friend? I did not mean to sound rude or anything. I hope you forgive me if you misunderstood my conjecture and grammar when I write to you. Okay? So as I said before, I have much experience with women, talked to hundreds of women, hundreds of relationships. I am older than all of you. I've been to Ethiopia. I can tell the psychologicals from it. I am not a know-it-all. As a matter of fact, I get my information from what? The horse's mouth. That's women. I do not tell my perspective. Women told me this, Iangelius. You can write down something that you may disagree with, but it's okay to disagree with an elder if you think. I will correct you, and I hope you understand my sense of logic, okay? This will be posted on the YouTube and also on Facebook. And also my Bangladesh individuals, Nigerian peoples who are watching me, thank you for the love, okay? Please understand the difference between romance and sexual attraction. If a woman is sexually attracted to you, the relationship will last much longer. This is a fact. But over time, she will become seasonal, regardless of how beautiful you are. That's why you must keep up with your weight. You must keep up with the balance of your life. You don't have to impress women like that. You have to find someone compatible enough mentally first, not really physically. Because physical attraction is learned through the media. It's learned through the media. Most women, when they're younger, they get bombarded by media, social networking. And when they see and make comparisons, then they become corrupted. Okay? And I tell women all the time, what will make you sleep with a man so quickly? Okay? I say, he's tall, he's 6'2", okay? I'm like, what other thing is this? 6'2", some fucking height thing. I'm like, for real, because they see a taller man as someone who's powerful. Just like a lot of black women who have this problem in their mind thinking that is power when they're taller or bigger or muscular. This is a brainwashing tactic. I've learned from women. Women told me this. Abdun Nar said, while I listen to you, I feel pretty much better and learn a couple of things. You're outstanding teacher as well. Thank you very much, Abdun, okay? And please, if you're in my private groups learning English, please stay in the groups. I cannot possibly individually talk to each and every last one of you guys from foreign lands and abroad. Okay, I can't individually talk to you in your inbox. Go to the group and chat. Practice with your fellow mates. We make countless videos upon this, and most Americans don't listen to my type. Okay, but I receive a lot of love more in the foreign lands than in America, which is sad, but it's understandable. So now we understand what romance is. Romance is an external source. If you read what romance is, it's Shakespearean. Thou art, I don't give a fuck what it is. The more you do that, the more you give out that energy, the more she is not sexually attracted to you. And especially by women who are born in Western societies who have been brainwashed. You understand my point. It's external energy. You're wasting your resources, your fundamental thinking capacity. I'm telling you, I'm an expert. I know I'm better than most of y'all when it comes to romance. It's hands down. Because I get paid from women because of my services, right? So let me read what you got to say here. Okay, there is no, Ian Gillis says, there is no romance versus sexual attraction. See, this is the type of closed-minded mentality that most guys have. They don't believe themselves as simps if they accept a female if she's not a virgin. And I tell you, Elias Geddes, to be yourself, to not try to bulk up, be healthy. You're not going to be skinny or anorexic or anything. I'm trying to give you some confidence to say, if you get a personality like reading more books, becoming a renaissance, becoming more powerful, becoming independent from women in general, don't even worry about women. Don't worry about it. There is always a versus for everything. Good versus evil. I can put down anything I want. Romance versus sexual attraction. Yes, there is. How you been, RS? Rewind. But let me read the rest of your sentence. There's sectional versus sexual. Yeah, there's all sorts of things, man. We can mix it up and mix and match it all we want. But I'm trying to keep it alpha for you guys, okay? There's external attraction, then there's internal attraction. We're not going to go into the technicalities. You're trying to be a technical. Don't be too technical. That's feminine. Don't get too technical with society. Romance in an important part that keeps the mental and physical stimulation. But if you're automatically, I'm telling you right now, my brother, if you're automatically sexually attracted, the sex will go on all of the time. This women I've talked to that's got wet. They just wanted to do it every day, like nymphomaniacs. They just wanted to do it. I'm like, don't you want to do something? No, they just want to fuck because they're that sexually energized by you. Okay, let me see. Physical stimulation. Physical stimulation is in the body and in the mind, but it's not through romance. Romance is a conjuring, okay? It's a cooing, okay? You have to keep doing it over a process of time, okay, Ellen? You have to keep romancing. What I could say is okay. It's okay to say something nice to a female, and it's okay to give maybe a half a rose. But once you give them one thing, you have to wait for their response. Please understand this. If a female does not give a feedback to your romance, you automatically know she's not attracted to you. She's selfish, right? We already know that women can be selfish and seasonal, okay? I'm trying to get on the same page with you here. I said just like differences between sex and foreplay and sex without, of course, you're getting technical. I'm being simple here. There's external sources and then there's internal sources. I've talked to women who are dragon females who basically had lots in common with me, but we wasn't sexually attracted, okay? Now, there are females who are actually attracted to mental sapiosexual. Okay, they're interested in conversations and their bodies get turned on, but that's rare. That's rare, my brother. That's rare. To find a female who is sexually attractive to your mind, that is rare. Okay, that means you said something and that's a form of romance. It is a form of romance. Sure it is, but she's drawn to that, but that's rare. So, but if a man sees a female and puts his energy out there and is not being regurgitated back to him, that's a form of unnecessary romance. And you got to take that back. That's all I'm saying. You're wasting your time. You're becoming a simp. It is not necessary to over-exaggerate yourself with a lot of cooing for women who are technically not sexually drawn to you. Okay? Let me see, okay? Foreplay is okay a little, but I'm telling you, the more sexually attracted she is, there is no foreplay necessary. Kundalini, okay? Kundalini is not all that stuff, that little foreplay. That's for people who are not sexually attracted to one another. But it's very rare to find females who are drawn to mental psychosis. Very rare. Okay, let me see. RS Rwanda says, okay. Elias Jillian's romance is like the foreplay. I just told you that. It's external for sexual stimulation. But what I'm trying to say to you is that there are women who don't need sexual. They're already stimulated by being next to you. You don't believe that? Elias Gideon, Understand that there are women who are sexually drawn to you without the words. That is all I want to say to you. There are some women I've encountered who basically just wanted to have sex. Not because of what I have. Not because of the fact that, what I say. It's just them being around me. So I don't know if your experience is the same as mine. But you should know what I'm talking about. If you have any experience, a female who's just drawn to you because the way you just look, okay? If you have that experience, you know what I'm talking about here. Now, okay, proving resources. I'm not talking, I just so that's all externalism, okay? Okay, alien glittis, okay, nymphomaniacs are abnormalities and outliners. Everything is an abnormality, okay? So I agree with you on that. Okay, Elias Gayen says, what am I saying is that romance enhances sex. Well, it can, but my only point is that there are some people, some females, males and females, who don't need to enhance the romance. It's that high. It's already there, bottom line. So you put bottom line, I'm going to say bottom line. You don't need it. And I'm shocked. I've encountered it. I said, don't you want to do this? I said, I know our sex is good, but I want to put a candle. He said, no, I want to do. There are females and males out there like that. A man who is attractive is more likely to have a longer lasting, sexually attractive. If you're both sexually attracted to one another, it is by fact that the relationship will last longer. We're not talking about those who are drawn by sapiosexuals or romance. We're talking about sexual attraction in general. When I talk to individuals who are couples that lasted over 10 to 12 years, they say sexual attraction and communication. That's it. I said, what about romance? Nah. They said, we don't need that. I said, wow. Oh, okay. And so, if a man is good in bed, there you go, okay? That could also be sexual attraction. Some women need to be activated in order for that sexual attractiveness to be there. So you may need some romance at first, and then they're completely forever yours. But I'm saying that sometimes. But I don't put myself out there like that. Because most of the time, they won't even give you the chance to perform in the bed. No matter how clever your words are. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Okay, I say, Ian Gilliam says, do you know that you can be romantic without simping? Yes, you can be romantic without sipping, okay? That is a fact. But if you do it too much, T-O-O, you're doing too much. You have to stop. All you think you need is a piece of paper with all your words. Fold it up, photocopy that motherfucker and that's what I used to do. If she don't respond, regurgitate the shit that you just gave to her, she is not your type. That is all. It is not simping if you are giving a little bit of cooing. Because cooing comes from being charming. So let's say you meet up a female. Everyone has to simp from the beginning. But some Italian men said, you know what they say? I learned something new just about a few months ago. I think I'm still talking to him. He's pretty busy now. He says that if they're really sexually attracted to you, you tell them, come here. I said, okay, yeah, I've seen that before. He said, come here. That's rude. I said that's rude, okay? But what I'm saying, you just come in. And the female really likes you, she's going to come. That's called pimpology. That's that pimp shit. He said, remembers that shit back in the 80s. And I was shocked that he said that. You're forgetting something, he said, Mario. You're kind of Mandel, you're forgetting something. That there are guys who would just say, come here. No romance whatsoever. That's alpha. Wink, wink. It is. And you don't need to romance them. And that's what he said. He said, I don't romance shit. I said, yo, for real? When I talked to my wife for 5 years, I had to give her something a little bit, but I traded off videos because I'm a video photographer. So as I tell you guys all the time, if she's afraid, she's not going to be that good in bed. I like virgins, and I like them afraid. So everybody has their own particular type of woman that they are dealing with. I like my woman shy and scared. That turns me on. Got it? I like shorter females, darker. The darker the better, the sweeter the fucking juice. I love that motherfucking Neapolitan ice cream. And I am explicit. Because I am alpha, okay? Let me see. My point is that, okay, it's a desire romantic. Yes, we already understand this. But you have to understand something. When you are emotional, don't give out too much emotion because that can damage you. That's not going to safeguard you. Abdon says, in my point of view, romantic attraction is an emotional response, correct, which most people experience at one point or another, that results in a desire for romantic relationship with the recipient. Of course, but understand this, there are people who don't need the emotional response. All right, now, Ad-Dog, eh? They don't need that. They just walk up to you and say, I just want to do it. I have had that encounter when I was in John C. Smith University. Some people came up to me and said, I just want to do it. She gave me a condom. At first, I didn't know what the fuck that meant. I did not know what the fuck that meant, man. She gave me a condom because she wanted to fuck right then. I said, can you please fuck me? She said, and she was attractive. Okay. But that turned me off. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why would she just walk up on me like that in the library? Because it was quiet back there. I was inexperienced during those days. I was a blue pill during those days. But no longer, man. Let me just play something. Kissing her neck is an example of being romantic. As I said before, this externalism. The more you do something, it may not cause anything. You may be able to talk her out of her panties. But if you put too much, romance is okay. And technically, I don't believe it's simping if you're trying to make a female smile. But if you're putting out more effort than usual, that's a bad sign for you. And you can get destroyed like that. She'll know your weakness. Women are very cunning and very devious. Especially if they know other female sisters. They go and say, you know what this motherfucker did? He kissed on my neck and it felt good at first. But maybe if you do it a little more and more, I'm going to have this nigga on the chain. Because women do talk like that. And they be having you doing that kissing on the neck forever because they like to feel that they get orgasms from attention. They already rode the cock carousel. We can talk about cock carousel another time. Okay? And let me see. Kissing her on her neck is an example of being romantic. Yes. That costs nothing. Yes. Okay? Walks in the park is romantic. Well, depends. Okay? Just walking. There's times I walked in the park and didn't say nothing. If the female say is romantic to her, then it's romantic to her. But it can't be romantic to you because that's what women demand. Women usually demand romance. And uncreative men, okay, very creative men like myself, I like a little bit of romance sometimes, okay? Not for a turn on, but just for her, to make her feel better. But things is that some females don't need that romance. Let me see, that's free and builds up mental attraction. Yeah, but there's sometimes you don't need that romance in order to have the mental connection. Okay, that's my point here. Sometimes, especially if a man goes overseas to another country, okay, the connection through romance makes the sex better. That's from my experience. But from my experience, I was told by women it's not always necessary. So let's clarify your experience versus my experience. Okay, and I'm being prudish about it. Yes, okay. They told me this, so I'm not saying not from my experiences, not just from my experiences. Women have told me, lots of women, most women don't talk truth to their therapist if they have a therapist. Most women believe that their gynecologists are always telling them the truth, but they're giving them a placebo effect. And when a woman is lied to, she believes that, and they become airheads. This is a problem. Most women who socialize with other negative, evil, Lilith, Jezebel, succubus type females get their heads in the cloud. And when they get their heads in the cloud, they think they're superior or even equal to a man. Or even better than a man. Okay. So my point is that it's okay to romance a little. But that's it. Cut it. Now, for some females, they may need to be broken into, but don't push it because they could be playing you. I remember a time when I used to run to the phone and I was in the jail system. Okay, I was in the shelter, and niggas was looking big niggas who look way more attractive than me. Say, hey, we don't like you doing that. Don't do that shit. because it hurts them because I'm young and they were older, or they were just super attractive. And they told me and said, yo, women are simple. If she's drawn to you, she's going to give it up. It's either you accept it or not. And it has happened to me because I fixed myself up by being as thin as I possibly can with my six-pack. My dick ain't small now here, and I got some words to say to every female I deal with, right? So if you have creativity, they can't distract you because you're too educated. You don't need. I have OCD with used vaginas. I've seen more used vaginas than all y'all combined. Okay? I said used vaginas. I get paid from most of the used vaginas out there, but now these days, women don't prefer gigolos. Okay, I gotta go to ugly white women. Feminists are my targets. Women who look below my pay grade to get them that money. But these days, women don't want to fill out the application process these days. They're getting lazy. Those days of the 80s and the 90s are gone. All right, okay? So again, sex do feel better to some females. But to most females, if they're sexually highly attracted to you, that's the best fuck they are going to have. Unless you got some personality and a strap on like I do, there ain't no dick bigger than my dick. Because I don't fuck used vaginas. I keep telling y'all guys, get your shit together, get your own place, go overseas sometime and stop talking about these garbage ass women in America. I'm just on your side with that. Most of them have been brainwashed and corrupted. Even Bill Cosby tried to start a movement. And when he tried to start a movement, look what happened. White women stood up and said, no, we're not going to be suppressed like in the 1950s and 60s. They put his ass in jail. And I was shocked. I was like, Jesus Christ. I heard them talk in the universities about how to focus on the women, the pinnacle of the problem. It's the women who choose the wrong men because they didn't have a proper what? Father figure. That's the answer. Candace Owens always talk about a missing father figure, the missing link. And then we have women who always say, okay, it's the man's fault. But then they are already told not to open them legs. They was told that a long time ago. But they didn't want to hear. So now when a bastard baby pops up out of the pussy, they want to blame a man. No, you can't. You have to hold that shit in for the right man. What about a male's virginity? Because somebody else wanted to talk to me about what about a male's virginity here. And I say that's equally important for both individuals to have their virginity. Okay. When it comes down to virginity, I think a woman's virginity is more sacred than a male's virginity. Okay. Because a male will be with a female when he's supposed to have multiple wives. Okay. And then we have these women who think it's okay to have multiple dicks. The pussy and the dick are two separate entities. But I'm going to read something what you just said here, Elias, okay? Okay, well, I don't agree with her requiring you to... What did you say? I don't agree with her requiring you to do that all of the time. Yeah, I understand that. But I never said that. I never said that. But, if she requires it, she ain't your type. But she does want something that separates you from the other guys. Well, it really doesn't matter about the other guys. Because if you say something different from other guys, you know how many guys they get hit on that say something different from you? Do you know how many guys she get hit on that's more attractive than you and they say smaller stuff? They may do something microscopic that was super romantic to her. Women think on a micromanagement level here, babies. So there could be a guy who's uglier than you and said something way more fucking beautiful than you could ever say. And I'm one of them probably motherfucking guys. Don't ever compete against me when you I've taken this girl's dude away from him and he was more attractive than me. All because I said some crazy shit that she never heard before. It's that simple. So y'all pretty boys gotta watch out. Y'all pretty boys gotta watch out. If your female is so clean, so attracted to words, because she have probably rode the cock carousel, she may be more impressed by word power. And I'm better than Eminem when it comes to word power. Ain't no cracker gonna be better than no nigga when it comes to wordplay. You know niggas get more pussy than crackers. I don't give a fuck if he's a rapper or not, gang. We know this. Okay, but anyway, I digress here. How do you stand out sexually? No, I just explained that to you. How you stand out sexually is pertaining to the woman's perspective. And most women, when they see someone highly attractive, they will fuck them on sight. Okay? You gonna have to work your way around that shit. We are always in a competitive, animalistic world. So, but if you go into another country, there's no competition. Okay? And 9 times out of 10, if you go to another country, them women are not virgins if you go to the capital of their country. How you been, Marwan? Anything you wish to say, please say it or forever hold your peace. Of course, if you're in one of my classes, my English classes, please understand to be in the group. If you're my friend, that's cool. But I can't possibly respond to every person, thousands of people. I can't do it. I got daughters, I got research, I got rest, I got to play my basketball. I got to talk to hood rat women and feminists, okay, which can't touch me. I got to stay a distance. I'm paranoid as fuck. They can't get me in the court. I don't be around nobody, okay. You stay over there. If I come to meet you, you ain't going to ambush me. I got something for that ambush. You better plan out that. Women are out on a scourge out there. They want to kill as many good men as possible if they can. If they find your ass, they're going to lynch you. But they ain't going to chop off a black man's dick. That's impossible, man. But anyway, I digress here. So, Elias Gayan said, well, I don't agree with her require. Okay, I read that. So now, the more what I'm saying is that it is good for a man to have his virginity. Because on the outside of the dick, you can wash it off. Even under the foreskin. But a woman, she has a foreskin, and her shit goes deeper than that. So, she can have some abnormalities in the pussy, okay? You know what I'm saying? Condom residue and microchimerism, okay, in the pussy, okay? Contaminated pussies, I don't like it, okay? I wear gloves, I'm an inspector, I was there. Like no other nigga, okay? Hundreds of fucking women looking at the pussy, even overseas in Ethiopia. You can even see the women I've inspected. And I got videos to back it up. Now, I don't have videos of me gigoloing in the past, but I do got some videos to currently show you how my bark is real, okay? It's not no fucking, no. I got videos, man. I don't like doing things without some sort of proof. Okay, there's a lot of individuals like fucking Donovan, Sharpian and shit who charge $500 an hour to listen to some bogus ass advice. But I give my advice for free because I have it knowledge from the pimps and the hustlers and the strategists. I had to study up on women's psychology when I was like 19 years old. I am 46 years old. I can play better basketball than most of them goddamn kids on the courts. Them motherfuckers can't. I gotta slow down for them. So I don't want to be embarrassing or I'm humbling myself. When I talk to niggas who don't even know me, when I say nigga, y'all guys, I'm talking about brothers who look like me, colored brothers. Even mulattoes, okay? Even some white folks who can be called Negroes, okay? Niggas, okay? They don't have a candle lit to my ass. But since I'm a truth teller, they don't listen. Because they don't want to be exposed today. Most guys are simps to me. Even some pimps. 50% of pimps who sleep with their product are simps. Capital One. You don't use your product. You don't fuck your product, okay? If they get caught fucking their product, oh well. What hoe is going to be on my side and go to somebody else? That's almost impossible. But I don't have any hoes right now. I'm still talking to one or two right now, but she calls me from time to time. But I know for a fact, I told her she was a hoe. You already lost your virginity. We got a little problem right there. You are my second page. We gonna work together. I ain't making no babies out of you, okay? You help me, you serve me with the cash, and I'm gonna get your ass. Not like no other person who's in the past. And so, let me see, okay? Mina Ather, how you been? How are you doing? I'm doing okay. I know your country is kind of late, okay? It is right now probably, you're in Bangladesh, if I can remember, okay? Indonesia, okay? India. There's too many people I talk to Mana. I remember you. You come into, when you listen to me, please don't be afraid, okay? Because this is how it is in America. People speak their mind. And I want to say one thing about this goddamn China thing. I saw this scary ass video, right? With China is using capitalism to take over the motherfucking world. Do you know how dangerous that is? Where you got a communist country which is trying to take over the world, and then they had the virus in store for America or powerful countries, and then they broke out because the French in America did give them the first two keys to put this virus together. And you know how intelligent America is and the French government, so they're going to set shit up so they can expose them. So they broke that shit free. There's going to be undercover agents in China. They don't understand how sophisticated America is. They don't understand that. Chinese is already trying to start a 6G. They're trying to be 6G, motherfuckers. They're trying to be 6G. I said, we ain't getting no 5G yet. We still can't communicate to one another because everybody's ignorant about English, okay? So I'm like, the Chinese is already trying to start some other type of war. But they're going to lose that because we got individuals in Dubai. We got individuals who is copying off Americans' products and entertainments, okay? So a lot of people want to see wrestling, WWE, in their country, like Dubai and other countries. They invite them. North Korea invited the NBA. Jordan and them, Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman, they went to North Korea, and I was shocked that, of course, they didn't want to talk about no politics. Niggas are not really interested in no goddamn politics. When I say niggas, I'm talking about niggas who are colored. Niggas with noses and lips, not them other crossbreeds. I am 70% African. I got a little bit of German. I got a little German, so I'm a little bit more intelligent than the average Negro. I got some Italian in my blood, too. What do you mean, my brother? What do you mean? Okay, I got Italian and Indian. So when if I'm crossbreeded with mostly Negro, you should be listening to me. But they don't listen to me. It's okay. I'm not hurt at all. How you been, Raymond Shepard? Anyone who pops up in here, I will say your name. Say something or forever hold your goddamn peace, okay? Because most people are ignorant out there. So this topic was today about, because Ilian Gilius, he basically wanted to discuss romance versus sexual attraction. And I told people about my past, Raymond Shepard. And I told him that you can't stop me. My past and now is completely two different things now. In my past, I could talk about some stuff that will make you look like a simp, okay? But of course, I'm not saying you're a simp, okay? I'm just saying a lot of guys are too emotional. They don't understand how much romance to give, how not to be a simp, how to travel to another country like I have, like I went to Ethiopia. Yeah, I sound arrogant, but I'm not arrogant. I'm confident. And I make plenty of videos, though. And so, Tamina, okay, I hope you can keep in touch with my groups, because the groups are specifically like this. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm usually online. I don't usually have my daughters, and I do other things besides teach. If you can, after your business, and when you're finished with your business, you can watch the recording. I always get at least 2-3 people on my streams. I usually post the streams in one of those 5 groups. I got my own personal group, Learn English from a Native American Speaker. Okay? Like I said before, there's not a lot of guys like me on the internet. I'm a prodigy. Yes. Okay? So anything else y'all want to say? Okay? We talked about a multitude of things in this video, and I hope I can still get along with my friend Ian Gillius, because he believes that romance is necessary for all women. Do you? Okay? And I simply said that a sexual attraction relationship will last longer than a romantic relationship. Most of the time. There is a key word there. I said most of the time. And if you're going overseas and you're telling people that you're an American, people will, when they hear that, they get sexually turned on. Either they want the money or not. But that's a part of romance. That's externalism. There are women out there who don't need that type of stuff to get wet. They get wet without even you giving them anything, man. That's all I'm saying, man. And I know couples who basically stayed together for like 10 to 12 years. And I told them, what's the secret? Communication. They said, when it's communication, isn't romance. I break shit down. They said it's not even fucking romance. They tell me it's communication. Yeah, we don't need that romance stuff. Yeah, we know how to get it on, right? I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers are 70-something years, bumping ugly heads. 70 fucking years old. So he said it's sexual attraction. There are some females, however, who are sapiosexual, who need mental stimulation to get turned on. They need to be broken into. There are some females who need to be broken into, to be activated. Yes, but that's rare. But if you are in a westernized country, like in America, which I live in, or if you're in a country like Dubai or some country that doesn't have that much discipline, where guys is dancing all pretty and shit and singers and you got all this that's competition. You're going to be compared. And if you push yourself too much with that romance, dancing, trying to show your muscular attribute, okay, you don't need to show that much muscle for women, especially if the female's skinnier than you, especially if you're taller than her, especially if you're smarter than her. She should use common sense. This motherfucker is physically fit. I'm physically fucking fit as a 17, 19-year-old. I'm 46 years old. My dick goes hard. And I got a backup dick for used vaginas. I don't fuck used vaginas. Once a female tell me she got to pay up. There is no excuses for that shit. And there's a lot of females who get upset at me. I said, what happened? And I said, don't get mad at me, babies. Okay, I have OCD with used vaginas. Okay, where's my money? Okay? I'm like, I'm not gonna hang around you. Okay, my personality is enough. Okay, like a lot of some Bangladeshi people tell me, hey, why don't you come to Bangladesh? The only way I can come to Bangladesh, I'll do the same thing as I did my wife, is that she's a virgin, and she can't be scared either. She can't be scared. If she lies, she dies. She lies, she dies. It's out of my hands. That's the magical side of me. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna kill you. Okay. Maybe. But anyway, like, how long has I been talking? 46 minutes. What else is there to say? Okay, so if I find two virgins, this time it's two virgins, I would never. My first wife, she was a virgin. She bled all over the place. You ain't getting no virgin no one day. You ain't getting that. Y'all guys have never experienced virgins. I experienced two virgins in my life. One in America, okay, and one in Ethiopia. I lost my virginity to a virgin. The first time I encountered a virgin is when basically in America. Amazingly. She was everything I wanted. She was dark skinned and everything, but I couldn't stick. My head is too goddamn big. Okay? So I couldn't get it in. Okay? But I lost her number by accident. Maybe it was an omen or some shit. I don't know. But other than that, that day was gone. And I was like, well, where's her number at? I had lost her number and shit. And during those days, the cell phones wasn't all that popular during those days. But then I met my wife. Her name was Yo Arse. Her name is fucking Ethiopia. I went out there myself. I had to go out there and meet her. 5 years. Recorded it all. Next thing you know, she was a virgin. Her father was there. That's why. The father was watching over that pussy, right? So other than that, that's all I wanted to say. That virginity is good for both individuals, but it's more nastier for a woman to have multiple penises inside of her vagina. For a male, he can just wash it off, unless he contracts a disease. For a woman, she may not have a disease. She may have dormant bacteria in her body, which changes the abnormality of her pH balance, which most of you guys don't understand. Okay. Let me get out of here right now because nobody's saying anything. So hello to you all you guys, and thank you very much. I am Gilius for understanding my side of things. Don't be too romantic. Keep it short and sweet. Tell her to call you after you made that bitch smile. Say to her, hey, I like your shoulder. If your shoulder's crooked, then I know something else is crooked, okay? Now that's some sexual shit. It's romantic and it may sound cringy to some people, but you don't understand who I am, okay? So you talk to women the best way you know how. But if you keep giving her these papers and these dancing like a monkey and shit and throwing money at her and shit, she ain't attracted to you, dog. Peace.